Rivers generally go through 3 stages as they flow from their source to their mouth: the youthful, upper, stage, the mature, middle, stage, and the old, lower, stage. Each stage is characterized by specific features and processes. 1. Youthful stage, upper course. This is the stage where the river is closest to its source, often in mountainous or hilly areas. The river is usually narrow and fast-flowing due to the steep gradient. Key features: V-shaped valleys. Steep-sided valleys formed by vertical erosion as the river cuts into the landscape. Waterfalls. Created when hard rock overlays softer rock, causing the softer rock to erode faster and the river to drop sharply. Rapids. Occur where the riverbed is uneven, creating turbulent, fast-flowing water. Interlocking spurs. Protruding ridges of land around which the river winds due to the hard rock being less eroded. The main process here is vertical erosion as the river cuts downwards into the land. 2. Mature stage, middle course. In this stage, the gradient of the river decreases, and the river begins to widen. The flow slows down, and the river starts eroding laterally, sideways. Key features: meanders. Large bends in the river formed by lateral erosion on the outer banks and deposition on the inner banks. Floodplains. Flat areas of land on either side of the river that are periodically flooded. These are formed from layers of alluvium, fine sediments, deposited by the river during floods. River cliffs and slip-off slopes. The outer bank of a meander is eroded, forming a steep river cliff, while the inner bank has slower water flow, leading to deposition and the formation of a gentle slope, called a slip-off slope. The dominant process here is lateral erosion along with some deposition. 3. Old stage, lower course. In the old stage, the river is much wider and flows slowly across a very gentle slope. Deposition becomes the dominant process as the river loses most of its energy. Key features: oxbow lakes. Formed when a meander becomes so pronounced that the river eventually cuts through the narrow neck, leaving the former meander loop cut off from the main river. Levees. Natural embankments formed by the deposition of sediments along the river banks during floods. Deltas. Formed when the river reaches its mouth and deposits large amounts of sediment in slower moving or still water, like a lake or the sea. This can create a fan-shaped or bird's foot formation. Distributaries. Smaller branches of a river that break off from the main channel in the delta region. Deposition dominates in this stage, with the river laying down much of the material it has carried from upstream. Each stage reflects the changing energy and dynamics of the river as it travels from highland areas to lower elevations, shaping the landscape along the way.